Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Hope you're all having a wonderful morning so far. Jim, we've been talking about warmer temperatures coming. I know yesterday I was able to go out for a little bit of a jog. The air felt so fresh and nice out there. It felt good to be out there, and it wasn't, 20. It wasn't 20 degrees, so I was really happy with that. And it's only going to get better the next coming days.
Yeah, I mean, we had yesterday morning, we had a pretty good frost, but it was a nice warm-up. 60 yesterday afternoon, a fair amount of sunshine. Clouds have kind of moved in, but that's not going to slow the warming. We'll add another 5 degrees today, get some mid-60s, and a lot of folks like, when does 70 get here? Maybe tomorrow. I'm going to talk about that. Definitely, I think, Friday, Saturday. Those are the two warmest days. We'll outline that, and then we get a little bit of rain coming in over the weekend. Timing still very much a question mark on the rain. We'll get into the details on that as well coming up a bit.
Okay, awesome. Well, before we get into all of that, a Montford Point Marine turned 100, celebrated his 100th birthday in Kinston, and we were able to be there for the celebration. So let's just have a look at how everything went.
The Lord first, and my family.
That's what Corporal Oliver Diggs says was his secret to seeing 100 years as he celebrated his birthday Monday at the NC State Veterans Home in Kinston. Diggs brought to tears at the celebration as the room filled with those looking to thank a man who they call a true American hero.
So when I think about the challenges that I had, I know that my path was just a little bit easier because of the way that he was a trailblazer.
Diggs enlisted in the United States Marine Corps on April 14th in 1944 at 17 years old. Training at the historic Montford Point camp in Jacksonville, he became a part of a pioneering group of African American Marines who broke barriers and paved the way for future generations.
For the roadmap that they paved for Marines like me to be able to come into the Marine Corps, they've done things that many African Americans wouldn't have done.
During his service, Diggs delivered ammunition to the front lines, and though he never saw combat, he attributes it all to God's plan.
I figure the Lord knows best, so here I am.
This celebration, full of family and friends, was not only to celebrate him turning 100 years young, but also to present awards for his service and bravery.
Despite, racism and all that, because he saw it firsthand, but yet not bitter.
What a very special celebration there. Just amazing to see all the people who came together to celebrate him, his achievements, his service to our country is so amazing to see.
Touching.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you could see it in his emotion,
right.
How much it meant to him that they did that. But he's one of those, people that, there aren't many left. Those soldiers that were in World War II, the stories, the history, the things they went through, it won't be long before we can't sit down with any of those soldiers anymore and talk to them. And I think there's a lot of work being done to record all their memories and what they went through. But it's nice to see somebody honored in such a way down in Kinston. What a guy, what a man.
I agree.
What service to the country.
Yeah, and happy birthday, 100 years young. So amazing.
No doubt.
All right, well, let's talk weather now. That's another amazing thing coming.
Yeah, the mid-70s coming in later this week. We're not going to hit 100, at least not for another 4 or 5 months anyway. Air temp right now, 43 in Greenville. Clouds, yes. Rain, nope. Generally, those clouds will be hanging around, loitering around, kind of looking a little ominous at times, but I do not expect any precipitation. So no worries, you can leave the umbrella. Famous last words, right? 43 in Greenville right now. Very little wind out there. The wind will come up, I think, out of the southwest at about 10 this afternoon. That's what's going to help us get to the mid-60s despite the lack of sunshine with the clouds out there. Just peaks here and there, although you're getting some pretty good peaks right now over Beaufort County. That's another gorgeous shot out over the water. Take you to New Bern, where it's 40 degrees right now. Neuse River Cam. And again, those clouds will, I think, win the battle generally. When you can see the clouds reflected that well in the water, there's no movement in the air. It's a glassy Neuse River. Again, the winds will start to come up this afternoon. With that in mind, there are pockets of fog out there. I may have my visibility graphic in here. We'll see. Generally to the north and to the west, a little fog. All right, so the headlines for today: more clouds than sun, mostly cloudy. The bark with no bite, high of 66 this afternoon. I mentioned that southwest wind at about 5 to 10. Might be a little bit over that on the coast. Maybe a 10 to 15 occasionally out towards the Outer Banks. Chilly to mild, AM to PM. Yesterday I had cold to cool, chilly to mild today. Satellite radar, roll that for you. That's the last 12 hours. Those clouds have thinned out a little bit in the last few hours, but generally most of the data says they'll be kind of loitering around today. The rain off the coast stays out there. You might get a little quick splash and dash from Ocracoke, maybe to Waves. That would include Avon, Frisco, Buxton, Hatteras over the next 3 or 4 hours. It's a long shot, but I can't completely rule that out. 99% of us, no rain. Air temp 10 plus, nearly 10 to 15 degrees warmer than it was yesterday morning. That means generally 43-ish, maybe low 40s. There are some 30s to the north, but they're moving out quickly. I got a 51 out at Hatteras right now. Beaufort to Oriental, out around the Pamlico Sound, generally low to mid 40s as you head out. So certainly you need a jacket, something a little heavier, but you could swap that for something lighter and thinner later today. Winds almost non-existent. There's my visibility graphic. 1/4 of a mile, a husky, back towards Scotland Neck, Roanoke, Rapids, Seaboard up there in Northampton County, Tarboro, Canida, maybe a little bit of fog for you guys back into Nash County as well. Otherwise, we're good. That small pocket there along the I-95 corridor. And again, if it is foggy where you are up there, it will be leaving or clearing out in the next hour or so. This is where I think we're going to end up then. Showed you those current temps in the low 40s. Add about 20-25 degrees to that. 66, 67. Yesterday we hit 60. Today 66. 5-6 degrees milder. Again, clouds yes, rain no. That's a good looking afternoon map, especially considering we're a week into January. Generally headed into the coldest, typically the coldest time of the year. The numbers won't reflect that. The mid 60s today. I'm going 70 tomorrow, my forecasted high. If you don't make it to 70 tomorrow, you're going to be awfully close. Upper 60s, the 70, 71 for a few folks tomorrow afternoon. Very nice forecast. Let's take a look at the big picture. The setup, if you will. That cold start out there eases away again into the afternoon. Warm is not really applicable. Mild later today, I think, is a better word. That rain to the north, don't worry about it. It's going to stay to the north. No precip coming in for a while. There's tomorrow morning. Map looks good. That cold front up over Virginia tomorrow morning looks like that may get in here without any fanfare late tomorrow evening. Just a turn of the winds to the northwest tomorrow evening into tomorrow night. And that may push that warm a little bit south Thursday. Some of the models showing highs upper 50s, low 60s Thursday. It's a one-day cool down. That front does not lock in south of us. In fact, it transitions back to a warm front. Watch the blue, the cold front kind of replaced by the warm front as we get into late Thursday evening. So that warm air follows the front, rolls right back up the east coast Thursday night into Friday. Clouds come with it, but I do not expect rain on Friday. Those clouds fairly thick, but no rain producers. The big question is that front to the west late Friday, when does it come through our backyards? Models are kind of flopping around on the timing. Most of them do show the bulk of that rain back there not surviving the trip to our backyards. There's Saturday morning. Rain still to the west, front kind of loitering around. Maybe a stray shower Friday night, Saturday morning. It does look like a late Saturday night frontal passage. And that's Saturday at 5 p.m. You got to look at the timestamp to get a reference. So don't, when I'm showing you these graphics, the bottom line when I'm trying to drive home, don't cancel weekend plans. We may end up Relatively dry through the day Saturday. Maybe this becomes a Saturday night rain chance exiting Sunday morning. Still more work to be done on that timing before before the rain chance is completely gone. And here's how it shakes out. The way I set up the 8-day this morning, generally upper 60s to 70s today, tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Let the party begin and continue through at least the first half of the weekend. In fact, Sunday, I raised that high with a delayed frontal passage. We may make it into the mid-60s Sunday. In fact, based on the data I dug into this morning, we probably will. Rain chance Saturday 30. I bumped that to 40 Saturday night. And then Sunday morning, 20%, with shifts still possible in the timing there. Regardless of the timing, it doesn't look like more than maybe a quarter of an inch of rain there. That 12-hour window, wherever it sets up for a few showers. So late Sunday, the colder air starts rolling back in, Sunday night more so. By the time we get to Monday, we're struggling to get back to 50. There's your January weather coming back. Remember, normal high is about 55 this time of the year. So a little below normal Monday to seasonable Tuesday, sunny skies, and no freezing overnights until next week, the way it looks right now. Maybe a few upper 20s by sunrise Monday. The weekend rain chance, still adjusting the timing, the coverage. Does not look like a real wet front.
Okay.
Does not look like, although thunderstorms do look like they'll erupt probably Friday along the Gulf Coast from that front, but by the time it gets here, looks like it'll lose a lot of that kick. But it won't be long, maybe another 3-4 weeks before we start talking about higher chances of thunderstorms here.
Okay, yeah.
'Cause right now, it's more about warm weather with a few showers and no rain. I'm breaking stuff down here.
I know. I was like, wait, what is
I don't know
that?
what it is.
But okay, yeah. So it sounds like the next few days it's still looking good.
Yeah.
We are going to be seeing some clouds though, so it's not going to be bright blue skies every day for the next few days. But still, no rain to be worrying about until the weekend probably.
Yeah, and the clouds today will get out tomorrow. We should go back to sunny tomorrow, and I think we'll keep the sunshine Thursday.
Awesome.
There is a question mark Thursday about where those temperatures will peak, but don't let the clouds today bother you.
Yeah.
No real impact from the clouds. We still hit the mid-60s later. The winds stay under 10 for most of us out of the southwest. Non-impact clouds as we go through the day for the most part.
All right, sounds good. Well,
Yep.
thank you for the update, Jim.
Yep.
And thank you, everyone, for joining us this morning. Just want to say hello to George over on Facebook watching us. Thanks so much for tuning in. Good morning to you. Like, I agree with you, nice weather. We're going to be having nice weather for a few days, so enjoy it before it gets cold again. That typical January weather is coming, but
yeah,
let's forget about it right now.
The party is on.
Yeah.
George is happy, and I think most people share his feelings.
Yeah.
Mid-70s in early January, it's a gift. Enjoy
Yeah,
while we got
cannot
it.
complain about it.
Yep.
All right, well, we'll be back again at 8 a.m. for another news and weather update. Hope you can join us then. Have a good one.
A late Christmas gift.
This hour of the WITN First Alert Desk is sponsored by Toyota of Goldsboro.